Do you know how fast a fighter jet can fly? You surely do not believe that the rumored 6th-generation fighters, said to be fast enough to teleport, are the quickest out there. Indeed, those who have experience with 6th-generation aircraft would likely know that not only is their performance advanced, their speed is in a class of its own. However, did you know that if we are talking strictly about speed, even if a 6th-generation fighter meets the standards rumored online, it is not all that remarkable. After all, speed was once one of the most critical performance indicators for a fighter jet. Nations around the world have long conducted deep research into this area. This has led to the creation of some extremely fast fighter aircraft, some so fast that they completely exceed the limits of both the airframe and the human body. In this video, I will introduce you to the top 5 fastest fighter jets in the world. We will also examine what makes these fighters so fast, and whether, in terms of speed alone, they could outfly a 6th-generation jet. Ranked 5th is the F-22. The F-22 currently has a somewhat polarized reputation online. Some claim it is the world's most powerful 5th-generation fighter, a culmination of the world's most advanced technologies. Others argue it is an industrial failure, not only delicate and difficult to mass produce, but that many of its performance characteristics are now outdated. However, when it comes to speed, the F-22 is not very controversial. From my research, the F-22's aerodynamic layout is exceptionally well designed. The fuselage is primarily constructed from strong, lightweight, and heat-resistant titanium alloys and composite materials. Furthermore, its engines are two incredibly powerful units, each providing 156 kilonewtons of thrust. With these features, the F-22 can reach a maximum speed of Mach 2.25. That is approximately over 400 kilometers per hour. To put that in perspective, this is faster than a significant portion of the world's current air-to-air missiles. If it were on a mission, it could fly from Washington to Beijing in about 4.5 hours. What is even more noteworthy is that the F-22 can maintain a stable flight speed of Mach 1.5 to 1.8 without using its afterburners. In short, it is fast. Of course, this so-called speed is relative. Compared to ordinary 4th or 5th generation fighters, it is certainly fast, but when compared to some of the more extraordinary aircraft we will discuss next, the F-22 is really just at the bottom of the list. If you do not believe me, just keep watching. Ranked 4th is the J-20. I am sure many of you know that in its early days, the J-20's aero engines were not quite up to par, which led to it being mockingly described by some as having a congenital heart defect. It was said to be completely unable to realize its full potential. However, with the progressive improvement and gradual retrofitting of our WS-15 engine, the J-20 has now been completely transformed into a top tier, all-around hexagonal warrior. At full power, the J-20 could fly from Beijing to Washington in just 3.6 hours. That is correct, nearly an hour faster than the F-22. Would you not call that fast? Of course, the J-20's incredible speed does not rely solely on its engines. It is also due to its canard delta layout, which provides an extremely high lift coefficient, and its drag reduction optimized design. Additionally, the fuselage features extensive high-temperature resistant stealth coatings and composite materials. It is also equipped with a smart skin containing 200,000 microsensors that can adjust airflow distribution in real time. In one sentence, the J-20's speed is not just hype, it is a solid reality. It incorporates many advanced technologies and designs. Ranked 3rd is the F-15. That is correct. Strictly speaking, the F-15 is only a 3rd-generation fighter. Even after upgrades that brought it to 4th-generation standards, its overall performance is not comparable to that of 5th or 6th-generation aircraft. However, when it comes to speed alone, the F-15 has something to show. According to my research, McDonnell Douglas previously claimed that the F-15's maximum flight speed could reach Mach 2.9. It even reportedly shot down a decommissioned satellite in 1985 while flying at a speed of Mach 3.2. While this claim is likely exaggerated, we can see that the F-15's aerodynamic layout is quite decent, its airframe materials are solid, and it is powered by two rather powerful turbofan engines. Notably, the latest F-15EX model's two engines are said to have a combined total thrust of around 260 kilonewtons. Therefore, in theory, even if it cannot reach a flight speed of around Mach 3, achieving Mach 2.5 should not be a problem. This is comparable to the J-20. However, I must point out that without engaging the afterburners, its cruise speed can only be maintained at around Mach 0.95. Furthermore, Achieving a flight speed of Mach 2.5 imposes extremely strict conditions on the F-15, such as not carrying too much ordnance and flying at a specific altitude. Even if these conditions are met, its duration at that speed is limited by the airframe design and fuel capacity. Ranked second are the 6th-generation fighters. Whether we call it the J-36 or J-50, I am sure you have seen online videos of these aircraft in flight. Regarding the flight speed of 6th-generation fighters, although there is no official data yet, they will certainly be much faster than 5th-generation jets. However, I believe the online speculations, such as a conventional cruise speed of Mach 5 or 6, or even Mach 7 or 8, and the ability to exceed Mach 16 with afterburners, akin to teleportation, are most likely untrue. Why? Because theoretically speaking, when a fighter jet's speed exceeds Mach 2.5, it enters the thermal barrier. Flying within this thermal barrier causes a rapid increase in the airframe's surface temperature, leading to a decline in structural material performance and equipment failure. Simply put, the airframe cannot withstand it. Furthermore, even if the airframe could handle it, the pilot could not. Flying at Mach 2.5 subjects the pilot to 9 gigaseconds of acceleration. Without an anti-G suit, they would lose consciousness in 5 seconds. Currently, the world's most advanced anti-G suits can only withstand about 12 gigaseconds. So, setting aside teleportation at Mach 16, do you really think a pilot could endure flying at Mach 5 or 6? Ranked first is the MiG-25. The MiG-25 is, to date, the fastest manned fighter jet ever to be mass-produced and see practical application. It was born during the Cold War with the specific purpose of countering America's State Route 71 Blackbird reconnaissance aircraft, which could fly at Mach 3.2. And as it turned out, the MiG-25 indeed achieved this goal. My research shows that the MiG-25, equipped with two R-15B-300 afterburning engines, could reach a top speed of Mach 3.2, which is about 3,900 kilometers per hour. To put this in perspective, this speed is clearly approaching the physical limits of both the airframe and the human body. However, it was precisely this extreme design that allowed the MiG-25 to achieve numerous glorious combat records. For instance, it once outran an American Sidewinder missile and also suppressed the American State Route 71 Blackbird. The aircraft's speed advantage even triggered a MiG panic in the West, forcing the United States to dismantle its XB-70 supersonic bomber project. Even more noteworthy, the MiG-31, an upgrade of the MiG-25, inherited this high-speed advantage, causing significant headaches for the United States and NATO for a time. At this point, some of you might ask, why was not such a formidable fighter jet developed more widely on a global scale? The answer is simple. Technical issues aside, the side effects of high-altitude, high-speed flight were very significant and very deadly. And this is the main reason why I believe the speed of 6th-generation fighters is not as extreme as some might think, as it is highly unlikely, at least for now, that a fighter jet will reach speeds of Mach 5, 6, or even faster